Hey guys, it's Dr. Roach coming back again. Hope you guys are enjoying the new year as well as myself. So this video today, we're going to talk about picky eaters. So me being a picky eater myself, I totally understand if your kids are a picky eater. So I definitely struggle with my foods touching. I struggle with my foods looking a certain way, different textures. So I understand kids struggle with the same exact thing. So I'm going to go over some tips. These tips come from HealthyChildrenorg, which is a website I've definitely referred to many times, and actually the Mayo Clinic. So I looked at some of their resources. So that's where I'm citing from today. So basically picky eaters. So first thing is food. So when you have a toddler, and this could be toddler, children, adolescents, it could be whatever. So when you have a child that's struggling with the food, the biggest thing that they can control is food. So they can control where they go, what time they go, when you make them go to bed, when you wake them up, when they get to go to grandma's house, what toy they play with. You usually control most of that, except for what actually goes in their mouth, right? So that's the one thing they can control. So the first thing is like a power struggle. So the biggest thing we recommend is don't let food be that power struggle. So let them help pick out some of the things they want to eat. So if you go to the grocery store, so I know a lot of people, especially with COVID, we're not going into the grocery stores, but if you allow them to go in there, maybe go down the fruit aisle and let them pick out one fruit that maybe they're going to try this week. So letting them incorporate into that. I can tell you I just struggled because I'm trying to eat more vegetables and losing weight this year. So me going down the vegetable aisle at the frozen section and trying to pick out some vegetables, it was a hard decision. So like letting the kids take their time and just picking out something that they like. Okay, so the one thing they can control is what goes in their mouth. So food is definitely like a battle with every child. It's always a battle, whether they eat too much, not enough, very picky eaters. There's always a battle with foods. So second thing, sticking to a routine. So picking a routine and sticking to it. So if you do breakfast at 8, lunch at 12, dinner at 5:30, sticking to that routine, and then offering snacks at the same time. So if 3 p.m. is the snack time of the day, try to stick to that same routine, especially in the toddler years, because it helps them. So it helps with naps, it helps with everything. So sticking to the same routine kind of helps them in getting better with their different food groups. Third thing, be patient with new food. So textbooks actually tell you that kids should try foods about 15 to 18 times before they don't like it. Me personally, I think that's a little extreme. I'm not going to try something 15 times. I can promise you that. But maybe I'll give you 2 good tries, maybe. So kids are the same way. So being patient and incorporating into different things. So honestly, a way to incorporate that is also kind of sneaking into food. So if your child does not like vegetables, maybe cut up spinach or something in the spaghetti sauce, and they never know it. Don't tell them about it, because of course if you tell them, oh, I cooked with this today, let me know if you like it, then of course they're not going to like it. So try to like do little tricks like that and see if that kind of helps as well. So that's a way that you can kind of sneak in. That's the way that I sneak in vegetables for myself. It's kind of sneaking into like a casserole dish that I already like, and that way I eat more vegetables. Another thing, don't be a short order cook. So basically that means if 2 of your kids will eat whatever you put on the table, and then one kid will only eat in certain things, don't make them a different meal. So treat everybody the same. I'm not saying starve your kid, but treat everybody the same, and don't always give them a snack or something like that. With that caveat, also limiting juice and drinking more water. So kids aren't necessarily going to like love water, but if you're always offering them 100% juice, it has sugar in it. So of course that's going to be what they like. So drinking more water. So there's a lot of things you can do to substitute water. So there's vitamin water out there that has 0 sugar. There's like Body Armor that has low sugar as well, or 0 sugar, depending on which one you get. There are pouches. So like even if you go to Dollar Tree or Dollar General, they are like 5 packs in a box, and You can get Sunkist, you can get lemonade, you can get whatever flavor, blue raspberry, strawberry. You can get all those flavors, and basically you can just put it in a bottle of water, mix it up, and then they have some flavor, and it's 0 sugar, and they're still drinking water. So that's another way to get kids to kind of drink more water. A lot of people don't like the taste of just water. You also have flavored water. So a lot of people don't like the taste of just water. I'm the opposite. I love plain water, drink water all day. I don't like any kind of flavor added. I think it's nasty. But that's a way to kind of get kids to drink more and more water. So if you give them juice as a snack in between meals or something like that, they'll just fill up on fluid. So think about if you were to drink a 2-liter in between a meal. No, you're not going to be ready for the next meal because you're full of water and fluid and juice, and it's just sugar you gave yourself. So encouraging water, and then those products that I just talked about. Another thing is making it fun. So make it fun. Encourage your kids to help you cook. So I'm always, anytime I have my godkids, my cousins over, anybody, I always encourage them to cook with me. Whether we are cooking tacos, or we are cooking spaghetti, or we are cooking a dessert. Always encourage them to be in the kitchen and helpful. And usually that encourages them to try the foods as well. So always encouraging them to be in the kitchen with you and helping. So on the next caveat is setting an example. So yes, it's hard for me to encourage somebody to eat broccoli if I won't eat broccoli myself, right? So being that example, so even if you guys are both eating salad for the first time together, then at least you're showing an example that I'm willing to try. So your kids are going to kind of follow whatever they see you do. So if they see you trying a salad, then yes, I'll try a salad too, because mom or dad tried it and that was a cool thing to do. So doing that. And then of course, minimizing distractions. So making sure that you turn off TVs, electronics, stuff like that, and you guys make food time just food time. So that way you guys are kind of bonding together, talking again as a family. That's always helpful. And then the last thing is trying to minimize using desserts as like a treat of the day. So one day I'll talk about reward charts and stuff like that, and stuff like that. There's a good book out there that talks about discipline and stuff like that. But try not to use desserts as a reward. So don't say, if you eat all your peas, then you'll get a piece of chocolate cake. Because of course what they're going to do is they're going to keep trying to hold out, and hopefully you'll give them that piece of chocolate cake. They're going to always think that sugar and sweets are better than whatever vegetable or whatever you're trying to make them. So have dessert nights certain nights and say, hey, let's do good. Let's eat our foods this week, and then we can have some dessert nights. And don't necessarily say, if you eat this, I'll let you have a piece of candy, because they're going to do whatever they can to get out of doing that, to get whatever it is that's sweet, because you're making it seem like that's better. So trying to stick away from saying desserts or a piece of candy is something sweet or something good. So hopefully this video was helpful for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know if there's other topics you guys want to hear about, and have a good one.